I want to read something that a couple named John and Olive Fleming Drain have written. It's from their chapter, Amusing Ourselves to New Life, Struggles, Strategic and Pastoral Reflections on Digital Media and Contemporary Spirituality. They write this: at the most formative point in the emergence of the early church, between Easter and Pentecost, the Missio Dei consisted entirely of things that the first disciples neither understood nor believed in. A new community was in the process of coming to birth, and nothing at all made sense by reference to the inherited wisdom of the past. All the assured beliefs and expectations regarding, quote, what God is doing, unquote, had crumbled. In that post-Easter period, they found themselves navigating entirely new territory. And though they eventually acknowledged the reality of both cross and resurrection, the disciples behaved as if they were entering a new age of exile, rather than the age of new possibilities that was about to dawn. The readings from this morning are all about resurrection. The reading from Revelation is from resurrection from the point of view of heaven. The Lamb that was slain receives splendor and honor from the angels. The disciples have breakfast with Jesus on the shore, who fills their nets and then feeds them. And then the reading from Acts, we hear about Saul's transformation from one breathing fire and persecuting the Christians to becoming the most prominent apostle and disciple of Christ. And all those are to do with resurrection, with Christ being raised from the dead. So from Revelation, we see what it is in heaven. From John's Gospel, we see what it is on earth. From the book of Acts, we understand what it is to have that happen to one of us. And the connection point between us and resurrection is that rather than thinking of ourselves as being in exile from the church during COVID, we are actually being called to new life in the resurrected Christ. It's a whole other paradigm, but that's what today's readings are about, is moving into that paradigm, even though we don't understand it, even though we don't know what it means, even though we don't know how to do it. We're called to live from that point of resurrection, where God's imagination takes over and everything, how we are, who we are, how we relate with each other, with God, the world, the cosmos, our planet, all that can be new if we but have the courage to live into it. COVID and the pandemic have forced our hand. It has made us move forward into the new. This period of Easter that we're in is not new. It's scary because now the excuse of, well, COVID is over and we are emerging into a new world from a place where we have never been before. It's exciting. It's challenging. It can be scary. But it's where we are, and there is nothing that we need to fear. Nothing that we need to fear about being church in a new way. At the moment that new way is presenting itself as the digital realm, our relationships with each other have been strengthened online. And now we get to rediscover each other. We get to rediscover the importance, the vitality of church in this world. We get to be the alternative way. We get to be the way of peace, the way of love, not in some sappy way, but in a strong, I'm with you no matter what kind of way. Whatever the way is, the last two words of John's gospel are follow me. Literally, it's be in union with me on the way, on the path. So let us then be on the path that Jesus walks. Amen.